We're going to replicate something we did at the Greenberg train shows, which was we had 4 tables laid out. Each table had 4 specific tasks. The first table had the kits. The second table showed the kits going together, the assembly. The third table showed the just add glue, showed the gluing process to building your basic structure. The fourth table showed a finished layout after you've added your own track, your own trains, buildings, and done your own scenery. QuickieLine kits to take you through from taking it out of the box to doing scenery to laying track to actually running trains. So we're going to start with table 1. This is the RRinaBOX QuickieLine Horned Owl Kit. What do I get in the kit? Well, we're going to find out right now. Taking this apart, we have an instruction book, a step-by-step instruction book, balsa wood, some bolts, nuts and bolts for putting it together. This is a mountain kit, bridge kits. This is the verticals that are going to go, help you build your layout. We'll explain more about that later. This is ribs. Everything is labeled. We have some bigger pieces. We're getting bigger and bigger as we get to the bottom. This is profiles. The P stands for profiles. The horizontals. These are the actual pieces you're going to be laying trains on, doing scenery, putting your buildings on. The bigger pieces are going to fold. You're going to have to take a bead of glue and glue these together. Also in the kit are, again, folded, are the 2 bases that, again, these 2 will get glued together so that they lie flat. And these are your 2 bases for building on which you will build. And we have 1 piece left, and it is a water. Well, there we go. That is what is inside your RRinaBOX QuickieLine Kit. We're now on table 2 of our overview of the RRinaBOX QuickieLine Horned Owl Kit. We've taken everything out of the box, and we're now ready to assemble. Just a quick going together of the 2 bases. This is going to be our layout, our finished size, because everything's going to be built on these 2 sheets. But you notice they come in 2 pieces, so we're going to do 1 of these at a time. I'm going to start with the A. Then, of course, the first thing I had to do was glue it came in out of the box folded. You can see where I put glue in the cut and then put some masking tape over it. But now we have our A base. And as you can see, all these lines, but they're also telling me where all these ribs are going to be. I only need the A ribs. The A rib number 2, the A rib number 1, we have an A rib number 6, A rib number 5, and an AR3, and an AR4, and an AR7. So we have our 7 A ribs. So we'll just put all the others aside for now. We're going to start with the AR1, which is here, and the AR2. Because they're going to interlock. The AR1 is a long one. Again, this had to get cut. We glued it up and taped it so it would fit in the box. So I'm going to line this up so the AR1 on the base and the AR1 on the rib are facing each other. And then I have an AR2, and that's going to line up with the AR2 on the base. Now you'll notice the 2 notches, they're just going to go down right on each other. Already we have something standing. So from here, I'm going to assemble it just to get an idea of what it's going to look like. So we need some T-pens. Now these are just pens that you can buy at a Staples. They're just, since we're dealing with just foam, we just want a rough idea of what this is going to look like. We're going to start pinning it together. Okay, so these are the ribs kind of lined up. We're going to glue these together later, of course, but that's when everything's will kind of fit together a little more nicely. We're trying to just get these lined up here. You can also just take some pins, start keeping them in place. You know, along this line, you want to just keep them there. We're going to keep him lined up here, right up to the edge. So you can start pinpointing some of these ribs exactly where they're going to go. So we have our good idea of our ribs. Now for the A module, we're going to need our A profiles. We found the piece that broke off, and you'll see why it broke off. Well, this is our demo. We take this to show, so it gets a fair amount of abuse showing people how it all goes together over a weekend. And as you can see, this is actually where a slot is going to go. So we're just going to glue it together. Just Elmer's glue. This is the piece that broke off. We're actually going to just line it up nicely and just put a little piece of masking tape on there. And nobody will ever be the wiser, except for you people. So we can actually go and put our AR7. It's going to go in there. That little slot, that's why it broke off. Alright, now we can see our ribs together. I think I have the profile sitting here out, but get a nice view of our ribs together on the base. So all this goes up very quickly. Again, nothing's glued. It's just a kind of a dry run, because the next step is to get our profile. AP4 is going to go here. All the numbers are going to be on the inside. It's going to go down to that edge. We're just going to line this up with the base. Make sure it's flat on the table. You want a flat surface to be working on, but again, we're just going to pin it in, because all this, once we decide it's going to be a nice fit, will get glued together. Put this on the right up to the edge. There's a little corner missing, and we knew that. That's why we have a balsa wood. This balsa wood corners to fill that right there. We'll go here again. The AP2. We've got AP2, AP2. The markings go on the inside on the profiles. Again, we have our little balsa wood corner in there. So this, you can see how quickly you're getting something up and running, and of course the very three-dimensional. So this is our A module that we just pinned. It's only pins are holding it together now, as you can see. But we've already got something very structural. But we'll take the this piece came out of the box, fold it again. You're going to do the same. Take it out, fold it flat, put the glue on the back side. It's going to make it rigid, but you can see these cuts are already going to be in this piece. Now, one thing you're going to notice is what you're buying from us are these cuts are in very strategic spots. We took a long time to figure out exactly where they go, so that when you lay this piece on, it's going to just drop right in. And you're already going to see the different levels. You got this train's going up, this train's going down. So you're already starting to see the three dimensions coming together, and this is going to be our little town area. And in fact, we can go a little bit farther. The next step is going to be this is going to be our mountain. So you're already going to see something going together. You know, again, it's just pinned together. Nothing's even glued up right now, but you can see how the flats, the different areas, the horizontals, and they seem to fit nicely. So we're going to start gluing it up. Okay, we've taken apart what we have pinned together after we're comfortable that it's all fit. In fact, we're going to take the remaining pieces off, because we're going to go back to our base. And we're going to take our Elmer's glue. This is going to be just a mock glue. We're not going to glue this up. This is our demo piece. We're going to run just a bead of glue on all these black lines. A great activity for kids. It can be really messy. There's no neatness, doesn't count. It all gets hidden. The glue dries clear, so we're not going to worry about it. It can be messy. The messier, the more fun. So So we're going to repeat the process, but remember there's glue on there this time. So we're going to drop it in the glue. We're going to do the rubbing back and forth and then line it up with the edge. Yeah, this one's require a little more detail. We're going to take the AR2. We're going to put glue in that slot. Just all up in here and all up in here. We're going to drop it in. Again, there's no neatness, doesn't matter. We're going to rub it back and forth. And then we're going to line this edge up. And we can go ahead and pin that in so he doesn't move. And we can line this in. And remember, it's Elmer's glue. That's the beauty of Elmer's glue, is you don't got to work fast. We're on the table 3 of going through our 4 stages of building a RRinaBOX QuickieLine horned out kit. Table 3 was just add glue, Elmer's glue. This is the A module that we saw going together on the previous table. This has been glued up. The ribs have been glued in. The profiles have been glued on. You're starting to see we have starting to get a sturdy construction here, starting to take shape. So our next step is we're going to start putting the horizontal pieces on. Again, it's going to be glue. We're going to glue all the tops of the ribs. Again, I'm just going to simulate what it's going through because we don't want to actually put glue on, but it's just going to be glue all along these tops, across here and here, because we're going to take the horizontal that we got from the kit, and you can see you have this big kind of flimsy piece. It's already cut. It came out of the box this way, pre-colored, pre-cut, and you're just going to lay it on the structure that we have, because the cuts underneath it are going to determine whether the track goes up or down. Again, our T-pins are going to be useful because we'll actually bring this in and make it flush here. Again, just the T-pins. You would have put some glue there. There would have been glue here. You can see how the camera can come over here. You can see this rib, and this you can actually start pinning that into the rib, or you can put some weights on here. You're starting to see some structure. Just wherever this kind of lines up, you can start pinning this into the side. Again, we want to do the same thing in this corner. We're going to make it flush, and then just start putting in T-pins so you got a nice flush. And this is, I also want to point out the balsa wood corners that we added. We were showing that earlier, that's where these were already in the kit. You just glue them in, and it gives you a nice trim finishing on the layout. There's going to be, this is basically the town area. Again, there's glue here. You're going to put glue across this bead where it hits up against this profile. But this is just going to lay flat through it here. And that's all our horizontal pieces, except for the, this was in the mountain kit. But you can see along these lines here, this is where a mountain is going to be. We're just going to pin this piece in, get glue along these black line here, and you're just going to pin this in, and this really gives you a multi-leveled, three-dimensional structure. Again, it's just Elmer's glue and T-pins at this point, like that. So you can see. We're going to show you one quick thing on this step before we move on. This is one of the verticals. Remember, it came out of the box nice and flat, but we crinked it up. We crinkled it. I don't know what the right word is, but we to make it curve. It's going to go here, and it's going to curve. Crinkle it up, and so we're just going to put the vertical here. This is what he asked, what keeps it from sagging. Well, this is the answer. Because you have this piece kind of floating here, you're just going to put it flush here, and you're just going to lay this piece on top of there. So this just keep going all the way around. And we'll get this in, and So this is how you get these nice curvy shapes too. Remember, this is the beauty of the foam board. It can be nice and strong when they're flat, but you can curve it and make it go around the corners. So you're starting to see a structure here, even though, again, it's just been glued up. And now we're going to show you what we were doing. We glued up the B module yesterday, and here it is. I can actually pick it up, of course, very lightweight. So this is our module going together.
If this were made out of wood, you couldn't lift up a corner because just a single corner, because the whole thing would start to warp.
What are you talking about?
Just a corner of that one, right there, yeah. So it's a complete, total structure, all the bench work.
Show you the reason we call this the railroad in a box. The original reason is that the two halves, of course, they go together, but when you want to put it away, they come apart. Take the bolts off, and of course, the light weight allows you to flip this side up, and you're actually going to lay it on top of this one, and it's going to form a nice box. In a box. Ta-da!
There's a whole section in the instruction book on different kinds of track and at least 8 different choices of track plans, and there's also N gauge track that fits exactly on here, which I will demonstrate for a second. That way you can have confidence that here's the HO track, and if you wanted to, you could just substitute N gauge, either Cato, Atlas, or Bachmann. So here's some of, this is from right out of a train set. There's nothing here extra, it's just the pieces out of a train set. And track plan number 1 uses all the pieces out of a train set. We got a train set for Christmas here, thanks to Bachmann. And this is a very well detailed, very nice set of trains. The track came right out of this box right here. And here's a little engine. And all we want to do is make sure, we have it plugged in right here. We want to make sure the little engine is happy. And seems to be happy. So we'll add a little bit more to them. All of the track plans have the track shown here, each individual section, and they're all labeled, so if you want to use the track plan that's right on here, you can do exactly that. If you want to have your own track plan, then you just take this area here and put cars on it, and then that's a road or whatever, or just paint it out and don't use it at all. So that gives you, that's how you get a choice of 8 different track plans on the same layout. Depends what you want to use, what you want to have. This one is ideal for the first setup, first Christmas. Just get some trains going, maybe there's a little tree in the middle, maybe a little Christmas village. Okay, looks like we got the train going. So he's pretty happy. There you go. There are lots of buildings you can use if you want to build the layout really quick. Hi, as you can see, we have a bunch of these buildings from Train Line. They're already made. They're very inexpensive. And because we have sidewalks and roads and all that kind of stuff to begin with, let's say we have an automobile dealer here, or we have a store over here, things like that. There's a smaller store over here. This is what kids love to do. They like to plan their own little universe. Or maybe we have an industry here. We actually put the station down here by the water. So this is the fun of model railroading. This is your world, your empire. And besides that, even with a simple little layout we have right here, you can take some little pre-made, when I say pre-made, I mean kids made these. These are rocks, these are little trees. There's some snow left over from when it was Christmas. Add a little bit of greenery here, blend it all together, and what originally looked like a kind of a wedding cake, oops, maybe it's a little too much snow.
Spray foam, aluminum foil, some ground foam, some green, some trees, which we show you how to make trees. You can use store-bought trees. We got buildings. Remember, a lot of the the horizontals are pre-colored, so you're going to already get a town area, so you can quickly just start, even before you have the two modules together, you can start building a little town.
It's very important that every material we have used that you can see right here, starting with the Elmer's glue, is all made so that it's kid-proof. There's nothing that's not water soluble that won't come off the clothing. It's made so that a family can do it. You know.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, we got our trains going around here, and then we have little Joey up here at the mine. I think we mentioned earlier that one of the nice things about this layout is it has a purpose. And the purpose is to take whatever's up here at the mine, whether it's iron ore, that's what we have here, all the way down to the dock, which is down here. And I think Joey's going to be on his way down to the dock right now. Let's check with the engineer and see what he says. Joey, you ready to go? He says no. Oh, he's filling up. He's still filling up. But we're going to send him down anyway. You ready, Joey? I don't know why he's called Joey, but we're just going to call him Joey. I hope you got that part. Joey, you let me down. Oh no, he's out on the main line. Stop, stop. Oh, Joey, good boy. You're going down here where you belong. So maybe some shots across the back here where the station is. There are two trains. Here you go, right in here.
All right.
Wow. Maybe we'll cut some stuff and see if I get the train to come down without a car on it. There he goes. Okay, get him out of the way. Whew. He was supposed to stop already. Here's one of the great shots. This is where Joey came across here. We've got trains coming up from the branch line down at the dock. We've got the main line train here going up right in through here. And this Joey's down at the dock. But see the train coming up through the viaduct, which of course is included. So that's our grand tour here, folks. Stop everybody at the station again, bring you back up here. And I want to tell a quick story. Have we got time for a story? Hey folks, welcome back. Thanks for joining us for the 4-step process of assembling a QuickieLine kit. Andrew had number 1 out on the table with a box. Number 2, we assembled it to make sure everything fit and we were happy. Number 3, we glued it all up. And the last time you saw it, we had just a glued up one along with the finished one. And this is the finished one right here. And this is where the instructions say, it's yours. And up till now, everybody's layout looked exactly alike. But now it's whatever you want to do with it. If it's a Christmas layout, if it's the Rocky Mountains, if it's the Appalachians, if it's freight trains, if it's trolleys, it doesn't matter.